I love taking an item from Dollar Tree and showing you 4 different ways that you can make something with it. Hey Bestie, this is Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. If you want to craft your best life with me, let's get started right now. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I've got this beaded round, I don't know if it's like a wreath form or whatever, but it's really pretty. I've got a cool ribbon that I got from burlapfabric.com, which I'll have a link in the description box. And then I've also got some greenery that I got on Amazon. I'm going to start with a piece of jute, and I'm just going to thread it through the little, there's like a little metal hook at the top there kind of, and I'm just going to wrap it around, tie a knot, and then add another knot at the top, and that will become our hanger. I'm trying to get better at adding my hangers sooner because otherwise I forget and sometimes it's a pain. I love these greenery pieces. They're so beautiful. I'm going to make kind of like a symmetrical thing. So whatever I do on the left side, I will also do on the right side. And then I've got this beautiful fern from Walmart, and I'm going to add about 4 pieces of that because I just really want to give this some really interesting texture. So there's a variety of things to look at. I'm just using hot glue to attach this. I'm going to take my bow maker, and what I'm going to do is with this ribbon that I have, it's only one-sided, so you always have to twist in the middle when that happens. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the pattern. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail and then start on the first post, wrap it around, and when I get to the middle, I'll twist so that it is literally on the pattern side as I wrap it around. I'm going to do that about 6 times because I want this bow to have about 6 different loops. And once I've done that, I'm going to make sure that I leave a piece at the end there, not too big, but just enough because that's going to become our center of the bow. I'm going to get a piece of twine. I'm just going to tie right around the middle while it's still attached to the bow maker. And you can get this bow maker on Amazon, by the way. It's very helpful. I'm not the best bow maker, so with this, it really makes it possible. And you'll see at the end, the bow came out beautiful and it was so easy to do. So now I'm just going to kind of position that twine so that the knot's in the back. I'm going to fluff out the little loops on the bow, which is so pretty. And you can see that because I twisted it, you only see the pretty side of the ribbon. I'm going to trim off that excess jute, and then I'm going to take that piece that was extra, wrap it around the middle, and hot glue it on the back, and that becomes the center of our beautiful bow. And then I'll cut off the excess that I have there. I'm going to make another set of tails. So I'm just going to cut a piece that's a little bit longer than the one that's already hanging down. I'll twist the middle so that you see the pretty side, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the center underneath where the bow is going to go. And this will give me some tails. And now I'm going to hot glue the bow that I made right over the top of that, and look at that. Now I'm going to take the 2 outside pieces that were from that extra tail I made, and I'm going to make a dovetail. I'm going to do the same thing to the one center piece that was there from the beginning. And look how beautiful this came out. I absolutely love it. You will have to let me know what you think. So easy. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I've got this piece that was left over from a sign that just says family. I'm going to use my Craftwise chalkboard paint. Of course, I'm going to use that beaded round and some greenery and flowers. I'm just going to draw like how to round out the letters because I want to cut off that piece around the word family. So if I do this first, then I have kind of a guide to go by when I get my box cutter out and I cut them. And this is such a thin piece of MDF that if you just score it over and over on the lines that you drew, it'll just come right apart. So you just got to go slow and steady. And I'm only going to show you one little piece so you can see how it works. And then any edges that weren't perfect afterwards, I'll take a sanding sponge and I will sand them. Now, I got a little aggressive with the sanding and I broke the word, but I did glue it back together, and I'm going to paint it with that black chalkboard paint on both sides. And you don't really see now where I glued it. I am going to attach it to the center of the bead round with some hot glue. You can use something stronger if you want to. This is going to be very lightweight. I'm going to turn it over and reinforce on the back with some more hot glue just to make sure it stays in place. I'm going to take a piece of jute, put it through those little hooks at the top that are made out of metal, and create a hanger. Now I'm going to take some of the leaves off of this beautiful flower pick, and I'm going to take the flowers, and I'm just going to create kind of like a swag on the left side. So basically whatever I do below, I'll do the same on the top, hot glue it down. I love the color of these flowers. They are so beautiful. Now, once I have the flowers on, I'm going to add some leaves because I definitely want some greenery in there. So I'm going to put a couple sprigs of leaves in the center, and then one at the top of the flowers and one at the bottom of the flowers. And then to cover the little pieces of the leaves in the center, I'm going to add one extra little flower. Oh my gosh, I think this is gorgeous. This was very easy, very quick, and I think it's just stunning. Let me know what you think. For this Dollar Tree DIY, of course, I'm going to use this beaded round, and then I've got the 2023 Home Sweet Home calendar, and I'll actually use that page that has what the cover has. And I'm going to use a piece of foam board, some florals from Dollar Tree, and this fern from Walmart. I love using calendar pages when I do things. I'm going to figure out where I need to trace the circle over the calendar page, and I'll just do that with a pencil. And once I have it all traced out, I will cut that out. Now I'm going to place it on top of my foam board and trace it again, because I also want to cut out a piece of foam board to match the size of the calendar picture. I'm going to use my rotary cutter that I use for quilting, and I'm just going to go around. It's just kind of easy to do curves with this one, and I'll just slowly go over it until I get what I need, and then that will be the perfect piece for this to be the calendar page to be sitting on. I'm going to take some Jot glue stick, and I'm just going to start placing it on the foam board, and then little by little I will put the calendar page on. I like to do it in sections and use my brayer to flatten it out. It wasn't flattening that good. I wonder if it's because it's foam board, so I had to push some of it down with my fingers, but I don't mind if it's not perfect. I'm going to use hot glue and go all the way around the edges and attach the round beaded wreath form, and it stays really well. Of course, you can use E6000 or a stronger glue if you want, but again, this is so lightweight, I felt like the hot glue was going to be just fine. And there it is, all glued on. Now I'm going to take this sisal rope that I got from burlapfabric.com, and I'll have a link in the description box for their website. I just love the color of it. It's really beautiful. And I'm just going to add a hanger at the top. I'm going to put it through those metal hooks that they have at the top of this. Now I'm going to take the flowers, which happen to be very close to the color of the flowers in the calendar picture, and I'm just going to pull off 3 of them, and then I'm going to take the leaves as well. I'll cut off the little piece that sticks out on the back, and I'll start with one in the center, put the first flower on, and then put one on either side and add the flowers right in the middle. I thought this was just a beautiful touch. Then I'm going to cut some pieces of that fern and just add a piece on each side, and I thought that looked so beautiful. I love the variety of the greens. I love the way this looks. And then I'm just going to go around the edges of that foam board. I just didn't like the way it looked. It felt kind of unfinished. I'm going to use that sisal rope again and go all the way around and hot glue it. And literally, that is it. This was very easy. It turned out gorgeous. And this would be pretty on your door, on the wall, wherever you want, or even as a gift. Let me know what you think. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take another one of those bead rounds. I've got some twine, and I've got this beautiful metal like bell with a flower on it. And so it's almost like a chime. It's got a hole at the top. So I'm going to take my twine, put a little hot glue on the end to make it pointy and stiff, and I'm going to thread it right through that hole. And then I'm going to attach it to those metal rings at the top of the beaded wreath form. And that way I have a place to hang it. And it worked out exactly right where the top of the flower left enough room for the bell to hang, which was perfect. I was worried it was going to keep hitting the little wood beaded round, but it didn't. So that worked out just great. So I'm going to knot that up, kind of attach it at the top, and then turn the rest of that into a hanger since I've already got the twine right there ready to go. This is probably one of the easiest DIYs I've done in a long time. This took no time at all. So easy. This would even be a fun one to do with the kids or grandkids. I think this would, and it's so beautiful too for being so simple and easy to do. I'm going to take this greenery from Amazon and I'm literally just going to add a piece to each side, kind of tuck it into that twine so you don't see the ends. And then I'm just going to add one more little piece with a couple leaves on it over the twine just to kind of cover that up. And can I just tell you, that is it. This one is done. So easy. It barely took like 10 minutes to make, or less probably, but it turned out really beautiful. You'll have to let me know what you think, and is this something you might want to try? I think anytime you can get something that's so easy to do, comes together so quickly, and is really beautiful, that it's definitely worth doing. So I don't know about you, but I look for items like this. Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye!